Morning, everyone. Welcome to the Peabody Online's Jobs and Apprenticeships Fair. We're just going to wait a couple of minutes for all our attendees to join before we begin. Just sometimes it takes a little while to load up screens and stuff. So you can see some people joining us, so that's good. You ladies well today?
So Nicola, can you see how many people are joining at your?
I can. You should be able to too. We have 10 so far, so we'll just wait like another minute or so, because I think sometimes, you know, screens, especially mine, take some time to boot in the morning. So yep, the numbers are still climbing. So that's good. Okay, we should probably make a start so we don't run out of time. Welcome again, everybody. I'm Nikki and I work for Peabody. We're joined today by Beverly Payne and Caroline Ramtree from the global hotel chain Conrad London St James, who are both going to be delivering today's session. The event's being recorded and will be made available on the Peabody YouTube channel, which I believe you can find just by searching Peabody London in YouTube. The format for the day, we'll be hearing from both speakers before we open up for a Q&A session. If you do have any questions that you want to ask, please pop them in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screens, and we'll try and get through them all. There's also a chat function that is there for you to leave any comments should you wish to. Before we start, I'd particularly like to make a warm welcome to any Peabody residents that have joined us, and we'd like to remind them that our one-to-one careers service is completely free to access for all of you. There is more information available on our website here, and available on our website. You can get help with CV writing, how to search for jobs better, and even preparing for interviews. As I said, it's completely free for all Peabody residents. You just need to get in touch with us. Okay, now I'll hand over to Beverly, the General Manager of Conrad London St James, to kick off. Beverly, over to you.
Hello everyone, so I'm Beverly, very much called Bev by my team, and I'd like to introduce you to Caroline Ramtree, who is my Director of HR at the hotel and a great colleague. To some of you, I think we will be quite a local hotel. We're in Westminster opposite St James's Park Tube Station, which Caroline will go into. So we are one of Hilton's luxury brands, and Conrad stands for modern luxury based on intuitive service. So it's relaxed luxury. So it's not pinky fingered hotel with white gloves, or it's very much a natural product and gets lots of support. We very much engage with everything that London has. For example, you can see the London Eye, the visitor attractions, St Paul's, the culture and the arts. It's the ballet dancer, and shopping, obviously quite a big reason why people come to London. Can we move on to the next slide, please?
Oh,
We've got jumpy slides, I think, everybody. Please bear with us. Can we go one back?
I'm really sorry. I've clicked it once and it just keeps flying. Bear with me. So 3.
Okay,
Yes,
Caroline. Caroline's going to talk you through.
Yeah, thank you, Beverly. So one of the big parts and first parts I wanted to talk to you about is our team. It's probably one of the biggest things we're proud of, and we've got some images here of our team just to talk you through a bit more about our hotel. So at the top left-hand side, you can see our team in the PEM. The PEM is our restaurant which we have just recently launched with Sally Abe, who you can see on our right-hand side at the top. Sally Abe, to anyone that's not seen her, is a celebrity chef. She's just received Female Chef of the Year as well from Square Meals. And Sally acts as a consultant with our team, and we regularly see her in the hotel. I saw her just yesterday when I was on site as well. We also have a breakfast team, and also at the bottom left-hand side there, you can see our pub team there. So we're one of the only 5-star hotels in London running a pub. And Beverly would jump in at anything else she'd like to add to our team as well.
I think we're the only hotel to have a posh pub. And I think you can see from there that our uniforms are very relaxed, they're very stylish, they're very modern. So we're very proud of our style, I think, of what we offer in the hotel and our culture. Next slide,
one of my
please.
personal favourites. Yeah, we've got their front office, and we've got a hugely female chef team, which is amazing to see and celebrate as well. This slide here, we just wanted to celebrate a lot about our housekeeping. We've got a lot of sort of innovative and fun initiatives going in our rooms at the moment. The children you can see here actually are our front office managers' children doing some photo shoots for us, showcasing the fun activities we've got in the rooms to really wow our guests. In our housekeeping department, we've also got on-site laundry as well in there. So if we can move, we're going to go into a bit more about what working in housekeeping looks like a bit later on, really to showcase that.
We were going to touch on our careers now. So Caroline, do you want to go first?
Yes, certainly. So actually, I'm the HR director, but I actually come from an operations background. I am from the Highlands of Scotland, as you might be able to tell from my voice and accent. But I joined hospitality when I was actually a very young age of 13, and I joined in housekeeping. And I moved from housekeeping into a housekeeping supervisor role, and then I moved around all the departments. I've done restaurant, front office, I've worked as a deputy manager for a small hotel, and then I joined Hilton in 2008. And I moved from front office into human resources, and I joined Beverly's team just in November 2019 as the HR director for the Conrad London St James. So that is a whistle-stop tour of my career.
So my career is slightly longer than Caroline's because I'm older. So I think I started out, I'm from Yorkshire, and very much I think what we encourage people to be in our hotel is to be who they are. You know, I'm very proud of where I come from, but I am a northern girl, not quite as north as Caroline. So I actually took a different route. My mum had an outside catering business that we operated from home. So we had a domestic kitchen and a production kitchen. We converted our garage. But I went to Polytechnic in those days, and I did a degree in hotel management. From there, I came to London, and I came to work in Knightsbridge as a graduate trainee and worked in all the departments of the hotel. And I think that's quite key to enable my career as I am. I then moved to Scotland, and I went to Gleneagles Hotel in Scotland, which is an all year round luxury resort. Then from there, I went to a boutique hotel group and set that up with a guy that I worked with, and we sold out in 2000. From there, I then was managing director for Scotland for a Scottish hotel company. I think there's a bit of a theme coming through, but we're all in London now. I'm very proud of it. And then I did some consultancy for a while. So I did a lot of work for banks, but I really missed working with a team. So as this is probably going to be my last job of my career, I decided my last job was going to be with a team. So I have a team of 200, and it's working with teams, and there's two sets of people that are really important to me. One is the team that we work with, and secondly is the guests that we look after. And I think the biggest buzz I get is recognizing talent and helping people develop to the very best they can be, sometimes by taking them out of their comfort zone. But I've just been around the hotel this morning, and I've met a guy that's just started in the laundry, and I just love it when new people start and you can embrace that and you can see the potential and you can really help people's careers. I don't think anybody, did you ever think you'd be an HR director, Caroline?
I didn't even know what HR was when I first joined. So and
I never thought I would be a GM, but I actually was a GM at 30. So I think that's a really rapid summary of our careers. Next slide, please.
So I just thought I'd talk to us a bit about why Conrad St James. So I've literally just put a few bullet points on here, and this is really to give a bit of more information. We're part of the Hilton International Global Group. We were voted in the UK #1 Great Places to Work, which is an amazing achievement. We are also voted the #3 Best Company for Women. One of the best things is the opportunity to travel the world, and I'm going to go through a bit more about that a bit later on as well. But one of the great things is we get our discounts travel, we get discounted hotel rooms, and we can even enjoy up to 50% off of food and beverage when we're staying at the hotels as well. Not only can I enjoy that as an employee, but also I can share that with my friends and family, so they can also use, and they book directly themselves. They get a link that's all connected with my employment with Hilton Hotels. One of the best things I really love about Conrad St James is the meals on duty. Not just are we provided with the meals on duty, but they're really great meals. I'm a very fussy eater, and it's even catered for me. I don't eat meat and I can't have dairy because of an allergy, and that's all catered for me, and it really is a great service there. I absolutely love our stylish uniforms, and when I've come from operations, I really see that as we wear it with pride, and our team have absolutely been part of that uniform choice as well. Not only do we have really great uniforms, but you also provide laundry service for all our employees. So you've not got to have that worry about get my uniform home, get it cleaned and ready for the next day. The laundry service is there to help our employees. We've got pensions and other financial benefits as well. Again, part of that bigger, not only we Conrad London St James, which has its own individual benefits, we tap into the bigger Hilton Global Network, which has pension and other financial benefits there. At Conrad St James, we pay for every hour of overtime that we're doing, and we really, really embrace flexible working. So when we're going to present to you what jobs we even have available just now, we are open to people just having a very open conversation with us about what they're looking for, and then we can see where that would fit in our company and what we could do. So absolutely. One of the key things, and Beverly just talked about it there, so to hear from our general manager, what we're really focused on is our career development. I'm just back from maternity leave, so actually, Beverly, do you know how many promotions we've done internally this year? I know it's been a lot, but roughly we've...
Probably 15.
It's an amazing amount of people who've progressed either to supervisor or managerial positions, in a team of 200. That's really an amazing, and we're focused on every single individual and discuss the different career options that are available to you.
And the interesting point on that is we have a security department, and one of our gentlemen in security, we had a position as the assistant manager in that department, and he didn't want it. He just had a baby. There's been a lot of babies in COVID born around our hotel. And, but he actually knocked on my door the other evening and he goes, I'm ready now. The time's right. So we can now progress with that. And for sometimes your career development's maybe not the #1 on your agenda now, but it could well be in a period of time. Like some people will work with us while they're studying and then perhaps join us afterwards. And I think when Caroline explains the jobs, you'll see this incredibly wide range of jobs that actually exist in hotels that perhaps you weren't even aware of.
Yeah, thank you, Beverly. Can we? Oh, thank you, Beverly. Brilliant. One of the really great positions is our hotel as well. So we're a really central location. We're literally directly opposite. You can't miss us. You come out at Conrad, the St James Underground station, and as soon as you walk out of Broad Street, the hotel's right in front of you. We're also just a 5-minute walk from the Westminster Underground. And also we're just off of Victoria Street, which has got so many bus links going into it. We've also got on-site bike storage for us. So for anyone that's out there trying to cycle in, we've got bike storage on-site, which is off the street as well. So you actually bring it in the hotel and it's in our loading bay. So your bike is nice and secure while you're at work as well. We've got showers, we've got locker rooms and everything available on site as well. So that's everything really about our central location. The next 2 slides, I'm not going to go through all the hotels. Actually, the purpose of this is to show you the amazing new openings. This is just in 2021. And really, from a team member's perspective, it's seeing what's available for you to go and stay at as well, which was really amazing. I thought what I would tell you about is about where I've been in the last 2 years. So, and I was trying to remember everywhere I've been, because one of the best things is the opportunity to travel, and we pay a lot less for it as well as part of the Hilton membership. So I've been at the Waldorf Astoria in Berlin, Rome Calaveri. I managed to go to Morocco literally just before the lockdown last year as well, which is amazing. And then even this year, although I personally haven't been international, I did go and see my family in Scotland with my new baby. So we stayed at Liverpool on the way up, and then in Glasgow before going up to the Highlands. So on this slide here, I've just got a few of the amazing new openings that are just added to our portfolio of hotels here. And I've got some more on the next slide. So we've got Dubai there, but here we've got Seychelles, and we've got loads of new ones in the US as well. Beverly, have you had any really exciting new stays?
Well, I did Waldorf Astoria Dubai DIFC in the District Bay, and then I did Waldorf Astoria Palm, and then I did the Hilton on Jumeirah Beach. So I did 3 in the last month.
Oh, lovely, lovely. And to give you an idea in terms of price as well, I think that's always handy to know. When we stayed at the Rome Calaveri, we paid, which is a 5-star luxury hotel, we paid £75 for that room a night, which I think the guests would be paying around, if you're external, probably around 300, maybe £400 for that room. Yes.
And just perhaps on that, because it really is a benefit, and we all like to travel, even people in London just go and stay in another hotel in London. It's worked out on an algorithm, but it's just a great benefit, and it doesn't matter what level of the organization. We've all got absolute equality of the same level. We've got a website, you just put your number in and it tells you whether the availability is there. Okay, next slide please.
Okay, so really finally, just going through our positions that we've got available at the moment. Before I go through all of them, I just want to be clear that all of these positions, as I said earlier, we're available to discuss full-time or part-time and discuss flexibility of hours as well. So we've broken it down into sort of the 4 key areas at the moment that we're looking at introducing new positions into. So we've got housekeeping, room attendant, and also includes evening room attendant, full and part-time, food and beverage. We've got food runner. So a food runner, for anyone that's not aware, would be when you're taking the food from the kitchen to the table. And then a food and beverage assistant would be maybe you're interacting more with the customer. Maybe you're doing a host role as well, which we're looking for. So a host is when you enter into the food and beverage environment, you're welcoming the guest and taking them to the table and introducing them to the food and beverage assistant. We've got bar person. So we've got 2 very different, exciting environments. We've got the hedgerow, which is our cocktail bar, and we've got the pub as well. So very 2 different environments. And food and beverage supervisor as well, we are recruiting for. We also have our executive lounge. I've not included it in the slide there as well, but we've got an executive lounge, which is all our VIP customers that have special access into there, where we serve drinks and canopies for specific opening times for their exclusive use there. Culinary, any chefs out there as well. We're looking for some all sort of levels really, as we're increasing in business. The Penn restaurant is becoming very busy, so we're looking at all levels. Commis, chef de partie. I've actually got a sous position that we're just opening up as well. In front office, we've got luggage porter, so that would be assisting our guests with their luggage up to their room. We've got the receptionist role, which is welcoming those guests, being there to help them throughout their stay as well. We've got the switchboard, which is based in the back of the front office, and they answer all of our incoming calls through there, and also our internal calls from our guests. And very excitingly, we've got this amazing app called Kipsu, where we can text the guests, so the guests can interact with us via text message as well now while in the room, and the switchboard operator would assist in that. Finally, the last position to go through is our guest relations executive. So guest relations department work within our front office, but oversee the whole guest experience and really make sure that our guests have an amazing arrival through the whole of their stay with us, and even when they're exiting as well, and really focus on that customer service. We're also part of the government Kickstart programme. We've got a few different roles out there. If anyone is interested through there, you go to the government website and or speak to them at the local job centre. We offer apprenticeships at all levels as well. So even if we've not got it advertised, if you're interested in doing an apprenticeship, please just let us know. And as I said before, all of these departments, we are really, really embracing our flexibility. We were even pre-pandemic, but I think coming out of post-pandemic, I think a lot of us have reevaluated the importance of things in our lives and looking at a bit more flexibility, which we are 100% embracing. So please just let us know what you're looking for and we can see if we can accommodate. Beverly, is there anything you would add to that, do you think?
I think you've said everything, Caroline, but I think the key thing for me is the thing I'm most proud of is the culture and the comradeship that we have and the success we have in delivering to our guests. We constantly measure our feedback from our guests. We applaud the compliments. And if perhaps somebody said you could do something a little bit better, then we try and find that little bit better way. So we've got a very open culture. I think that we probably should see if we can answer the questions now, Nicola.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah, definitely. We really should. That sounds thank you for both your presentations. Caroline. It was, yeah, it sounds like a really, really lovely place to work, very friendly, lots and lots of perks. And I mean, I quite want to come and stay and get those little teepee tents for my girls. I didn't actually know that hotels did things like that. So yeah, we've got about 10 minutes.
Copied with that idea. We have been very copied.
Oh, I bet you have. Are you the first then who did that?
Well, I think we posted it on social media and I think now about 20 hotels. And then we also did children's bedding because we're very conscious because family market was big.
Yeah.
And then before we posted one picture of White Company linen and London buses and trains. And then we found about another 6 hotels with it. So we've got constantly innovating, finding new ideas.
Right, well done. Right, cool. Let's crack on with the questions. So first of all, the first one taken from the top. What skills and qualities are you looking for in the roles you're recruiting for?
Caroline?
Over to me. When we're recruiting, to be honest with you, we're not always looking for you to have experience before. I think that's really key. So please don't feel that you need to have experience in any of these roles. I sometimes find people get a bit intimidated by the fact that we are luxury sometimes and think, oh no, I can't apply for that. I've not got experience. Do I fit in it in a luxury market? I want to be very clear that we literally recruit based on your attitude, that if you have the willing or want to work with us, we will support you to build those skills. So I don't know if I've helped answer that because I suppose we're just open. I'm just looking for someone that's got a passion for hospitality, loves interacting, because not only do you don't necessarily even have to enjoy interacting with guests. Some of our roles are just back of house as well. So if I look at our laundry department, for example, you maybe wouldn't interact with our guests so much. However, you're a key part of our team, interacting with all our team members as well. So I think
the other thing I would add as well, just I think it's perhaps relevant. If some of you, if you feel your English isn't, your first language and perhaps you need a bit more practice, jobs like runners and some of the back of house jobs are really good to take on that role and then build your confidence in using the language, because we've got every nationality in our hotel. I think we've got about 28 nationalities. So please, if you think, oh, I can't speak to guests, you can build your confidence in perhaps a role that isn't as guest facing.
Cool. I think that's probably answered the second question. I'll read it anyway. But do you take people on who've been unemployed for a while and is full training provided? So yeah.
Absolutely. And we also work with The Passage, the charity in Westminster that many of you may have heard of. And we offer placements to them. And if somebody has been, well, we've just taken on a security gentleman that's been unemployed since the beginning of the pandemic. So I think now it's very difficult for so many people to get into work, and it's about the individual. And we really try and pick the right job. And maybe the first role you do to get your confidence, and then we can look at how perhaps you move on. But
and we can really support you in that transition, because I think one of the things
being unemployed is across all spectrums. And I did an open day the other day, and I wanted to give everybody a job because there were some really hard things. And for young people in particular, you know, my own nephews just finished university or finished college or school. I know the opportunities are out there, so please have the confidence to reach out.
Yeah, thank you. And the next question, is there trunk? I've never heard of that. Which service charge tips? And if so, how is this distributed?
Right, absolutely delighted to answer that. We have 12.5% service charge, which goes on food and beverage. And a slightly lower percentage goes on what we call our day delegate, our conference. 100% of the trunk is given back to the team. There is no administration charges and nothing else, and it goes back. And it's a good amount of money, because food and beverages were back to 2019 levels. Although the hotel's running at 65% occupancy, the food and beverage, apart from meetings, big meetings and events, which you understand is exceeding 2019. And on gratuities, the gratuities that go are cash, are dealt with in the departments totally. The gratuities that go through the wages, obviously they need to go through the wages, and they stay in the department. So everybody shares the trunk that works in food and beverage.
Okay, that's good. Thank you. Next question. Are there incentives for housekeeping vacancies too?
Yes, that's more in housekeeping. We've upped the hourly rate materially, and I think that's the right thing to do. Sometimes out of a bad situation, a pandemic, some good comes out of it, and I think it's made us do something. So housekeeping tend to get a different kind of package. So if they do extra rooms or something like that, then, you know, we would pay extra money. Probably, so it's not a trunk like service charge, but we will from time to time offer incentives. Or, you know, if your rooms are spotless and there's nothing fault in your room, or if you've done some extra rooms. So there's constant things. We've got housekeeping appreciation week, and housekeeping get very well looked after.
Okay, we've got 2 minutes left. We've got 3 questions. We can try and whiz them if we can. Yeah. So
okay,
next one, what's the minimum level? What's the minimum level of apprenticeships?
Caroline?
Entry level, so any role can be just entry level. So that would be as a room attendant, as a food runner, receptionist, switchboard, engineering. We do them. So you don't need any experience to do that.
Brilliant, thank you. You mentioned open days. Are you able to let us know when these are happening?
We will definitely let Peabody know if we're doing another open day, but don't wait for an open day. If you're interested, contact us from this and we'll get you in and we'll do a personal open day for you.
That's lovely, thank you. A question from Kalam. Apologies if I said your name incorrectly. Are there roles for disabled people?
Absolutely. Obviously, we need to look at perhaps what the needs are, but yes, absolutely.
Perfect.
We won the Hilton Diversity and Inclusion Award for 2021.
Good stuff. Last question. Do you pay the London living wage?
Caroline, I need you to answer that because I don't know what the London living wage is.
I know, I've just come back from maternity. I need to double check.
Does anybody know what it is? And then I'll tell you.
I am embarrassed to say that I don't know either. If someone knows, you can drop it into the chat.
We pay definitely above national
minimum wage, but I don't know if that's
minimum
the
wage.
London.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The lowest, I can tell you, the lowest possible entry level wage we pay is £9.50 if you're over the age threshold, and that has usually got a service charge linkage to it as well.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you. Thank you to both our panelists, Beverly and Caroline, and for all of you for joining us today. Just a reminder that we are running lots of other sessions for this Jobs and Apprenticeship Fair. So if you haven't already had a look at those, please do. You can find them listed on our website. The recording of this session and all the other sessions will be on our YouTube channel, hopefully very soon, and the slides will be up on our website. So that just leaves me to thank you all once again and enjoy the rest of your days.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.